You ever watch a team remake itself in 60 minutes? Tonight felt like that. They came out of the tunnels sharp, not lucky, not noisy, just ready. From the first drive, you could feel the difference. Tempo, confidence, a physicality the Giants hadn't shown consistently all season. Jaxson Dart didn't throw a 100-yard bomb to announce himself. He scrambled a 20-yard touchdown like a statement. Calm under pressure, decisive with his legs, and accurate enough with his arm to keep the defense honest. That scramble set the tone. ESPN.com. This wasn't fireworks and miracle plays so much as a steady choking off of Philadelphia's game plan. Wan'Dale Robinson shook a defender out of his shoes on a 35-yard score that said plainly, "We can beat you in space." Cam Skattebo? He didn't tiptoe into relevance. He ran like a man who believes the lane belongs to him, punching in 3 touchdowns and reminding everyone the Giants drafted him for a reason. That kind of rookie surge, one you can't fully script, changed the night's angle from hope to momentum. ESPN.com defense did more than show up. It finished. Brian Burns got to the quarterback twice, setting off sequence after sequence where the Eagles' offense felt hurried and risky. Cordale Flott dropped a perfect take, and Dane Belton forced and recovered a fumble. Turnover moments that flipped field position and mood. This is the kind of complementary football that erases a poor half here or there and turns an upset into a believable result. The Giants didn't just outplay Philly, they out-executed them when it mattered. Giants.com. And Dart? His line. 17 of 25 for 195 yards, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown reads tidy because it was tidy. He didn't try to be otherworldly. He played within the offense, picked his moments, and made throws that turned into easy yards. When a rookie quarterback leads you through structure and improvisation in the same drive, the locker room belief swells. That's why his post-game answer landed like a brick. Absolutely, when asked if this was a statement win. He didn't gloat. He didn't beg for headlines. He said what the tape had already told everyone watching. GMNHQ. Let's be blunt about what statement actually means here. It's not a Super Bowl prophecy. It's a reminder to the division and the league that the Giants can compete with top-tier teams when the line holds, when the running game punishes angles, and when the defense takes the ball away. Beating the defending champs in primetime isn't a fluke. It's an accreditation. Teams earn the right to be feared by repeating these nights. For the Giants, 2 wins since Brian Daboll handed Dart the keys is a start, not a destination. ESPN.com, there's a professionalism in tonight's performance that fans crave. The pocket presence from the young line, the timing on intermediate routes, the willingness to run into contact. These are the boring parts of football that win ugly games in December. Dart's leadership sounded genuine when he talked about understanding that the most important thing for everybody is winning, and you could hear it in the voice. Not bravado, but ownership. That kind of verbal maturity matters when you're shepherding a franchise hungry for identity. G-Men HQ still, temper the excitement. This is a single great night in a long season. The NFL is a machine that rewards consistency more than catharsis. The Giants beat the Eagles tonight because their aggressiveness matched their execution. Next week brings another test. Different opponent, different game plan, the same need to show that this wasn't a one-off. But the practical value of this win is real. Confidence, national respect, and a clearer blueprint on how to win with this roster. ESPN.com, what to watch next. Can the Giants sustain 2 things they did well tonight? First, play calling that lets Dart operate without making him a superhero every snap. Quick reads, design scrambles, and plays that maximize Cam Skattebo's downhill juice. Second, the defense maintaining turnover production and pressure packages that keep opposing quarterbacks uncomfortable. If those 2 items repeat, this statement transforms into a trend. If they don't, it'll be remembered as a great night and an instructive one. Giants.com. Here's the human detail that matters most. A rookie's voice matters when it's backed by production. Fans can tolerate a nice quote. It's the deeds that quiet skepticism. Dart gave both tonight. Performance and a simple, direct temper. This city is starving for that. He didn't promise banners, he promised competitive football. In New York, that's the exact language that calms nerves and starts a narrative. G-Men HQ. So what's the takeaway? The Giants didn't merely win a game, they earned permission from themselves and the nation to believe. That belief is fragile, but it's also powerful. It turns stadium noise into momentum, and momentum into a franchise narrative that matters by February. Tonight, the rookie QB made a declarative statement. The running back turned potential into production, and the defense supplied the punctuation marks. Together, they delivered a night New York fans will remember for weeks. ESPN.com, final line. If you asked the city whether they wanted a taste of something real, Dart and this Giants team handed them a full-course sample. No frills, just work. And it tasted like the beginning of an actual season. ESPN.com. Jaxson Dart didn't just win a game, he issued a statement. The rookie was efficient and controlled in prime time, completing 17 of 25 passes for 195 yards with a rushing score, and he guided the Giants to a 34-17 upset of the Eagles at MetLife. That performance didn't happen in a vacuum. It was a coordinated team effort that showcased Dart's leadership, the emergence of Cam Skattebo, and a defense that rose to the moment. ESPN.com. Why this matters. Dart's quote that the win was absolutely a statement isn't chest thumping, it's prognosis. A lot of fringe franchise quarterbacks need time to earn fan faith. Dart is compressing that timeline by leading back-to-back home wins and by visibly changing the team's temperament. The offense looked cleaner, the run game powered sustained drives, and the rookie's composure under center eliminated the usual rookie wobble you see when opponents apply pressure. Giants. 2 practical takeaways from the tape. First, the run game is no longer secondary. Cam Skattebo dominated with 19 carries for 98 yards and 3 touchdowns, turning short yardage situations into decisive moments and forcing the Eagles to pay respect to the interior run. That's huge for a young QB. When the ground game is credible, passing windows open up and play calls simplify. ESPN.com. Second, Dart's mobility changed the rush calculus. His 20-yard touchdown scramble and the threat of designed or improvised runs created second-level opportunities for receivers like Wan'Dale Robinson, who finished with a high-impact night. Mobility doesn't just add yards. It buys time for offensive rhythm and gives play callers a dimension that complicates defensive game planning. Giants coach and culture shift. Brian Daboll's public praise was measured but telling. He lauded Dart's leadership and emotional tone while reminding everyone this is still a rookie project. That balance matters. Coaches who overpraise early risk creating a bubble. Coaches who undersupport risk stalling development. Daboll's message, Dart leads by play and by example, but there's still craft to hone. That kind of tempered endorsement helps stabilize expectations while allowing momentum to build. Giants. The defense deserves credit too. Pressure packages led to sacks and turnovers, and the secondary made a key interception. When a rookie QB gets tidy play from his defense, the headlines stay on his growth rather than on cost of errors. That mutual reinforcement, offense protects the ball, defense creates stops, is the most sustainable way to turn a hot streak into a legitimate identity. Giants, what's next and what to watch? Consistency. A statement win means little unless it precedes repeatable performance. Track Dart's 2-week tape. 1. Decision speed under pressure. Does he avoid risky throws as defenses adjust? 2. Pocket mechanics. Is his footwork cleaner on intermediate timing routes? 3rd down management. Can he sustain drives against better disciplined units? Also watch how opponents game plan. The next defenses will test his reads and mobility specifically. ESPN.com risk checklist. The concussion tent episode earlier in the game and the subsequent league review are reminders that rookie momentum can be interrupted by off-field process and optics. Handling those incidents professionally with the team and league matters as much as the tape. Dart returned and finished the game, which helps the narrative, but teams and fans will be watching how the organization protects and manages its young QB going forward. Fox News, bottom line, this was more than a feel-good night. It was a real data point in favor of Dart as a building block quarterback. He showed poise, playmaking, and the intangible that franchises crave, the ability to make teammates better. The Giants don't suddenly become contenders overnight, but they have a clearer identity now. A balanced offense led by a confident rookie and a defense capable of taking over when needed. If Dart and the coaching staff sustain this, the statement will begin to look less like a single headline and more like the opening chapter of a new era in New York. ESPN.com.